What's going good, everybody? This is PJ Randall coming to you once again, and this time I got a Textiles Green Ranger costume sitting right in front of me and right in front of you guys, and I'm going to do a review on it. Now, before I do the review on it, I'm going to have to give a testimony about what had happened when I had gotten this costume. And if you don't want me to go through the testimony and want to get straight to the review, I'm going to put an annotation right in front of you, and you just click on it and you'll get straight to the review. And I'm going to give a 5-second break so that you guys can do it. And after 5 seconds, you're still here, you have to listen to my testimony. Well, it's been 5 seconds, so I'm assuming you guys are still here. So let me go ahead and talk about what happened with me getting this suit. Now, while doing research with Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger, trying to determine how to best act as the Blue Ranger, I had determined that the Green Ranger, or should I say the Dragon Ranger, he ended up being my favorite character, mainly thanks to his death, which I was pretty upset about. Now, I wasn't upset that he died, but I was upset in the way he died and the circumstances that had him die, and that'll probably be saved for another video. So I decided that I was going to spend like over $1,000 and get the Green Ranger costume. But in the process, I also decided that I was going to be the Fighting Spirit Green Ranger because many people just didn't like the look of the helmet. But I liked the look of the helmet, and I was a little bit curious to see how people would react to it when I went to conventions. So when I saw a video done by MeMug713 about his customized MMPR white costume, I looked through the guy's website and I saw that he was from the Illinois areas as well as I am. And I seen a picture of his when he did a Green Ranger costume for somebody else. And I thought, this is the perfect opportunity. At the time, a Green Ranger costume or a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger costume costed $300 plus I think $15 for shipping. So I felt like that was appropriate. And I contacted the guy and I gave him my measurements. And it took him 3 months or so, but just enough time for me to be the Fighting Spirit Green Ranger for C2E2 2014. And now I am about to review this whole costume right in front of you. Now, anybody who has skipped over to this area, the testimony was very brief and you probably didn't miss much. But anyway, let's get straight to the suit. Now, when I got this suit, there were a few measurements that I had given him that were totally incorrect. First, the mistake I had made was that I told him that I weighed 170 pounds, and that was the last time I weighed months prior to ordering the suit for him. And since then, I've lost probably like 5 or 7 pounds or something. So this costume is not as tight on me as it should have been, and that is clearly my fault. Another part that was clearly my fault was the waistline. I gave him 3 inches more than what I actually was, so the waistline is actually a little bit lower on me than normal, which actually saves me the problem with the waist to bottom of the crotch area, because I had seen somebody else's testimony about getting the suit for him, and that measurement was a little bit too short, and he ended up having to sell his costume because of that. Now, for me, I was fortunate enough that that problem did not occur with me. But another problem that did occur for me was the sleeves. Now, I gave him 1 inch too long with the sleeves, but the sleeves ended up being 2 inches too short. So it's like if I had given him the exact measurement, the correct measurement for my sleeve, who knows how short it would have been. And then the last problem that I had with the suit is this middle diamond here. Now, it is placed correctly, but it's a little uneven. I don't know if you can tell, but the top diamond is a little bit shorter than the bottom diamond. And the way that this diamond is designed, it makes the diamond designs look a little too small on me. And you can probably also tell that the diamond is a little too small over here in general. And then another thing I had to get used to, and I'm not going to lose focus here, is that with both this Green Ranger costume and the Green Ranger costume I'm going to review in the next video, comes with an invisible zipper. Now, when you're trying to zip yourself up with the invisible zipper, it is a little bit hard to reach, and it does make zipping yourself up and probably down a little bit more difficult. And I did have a little difficulty doing that at first, but I had gotten used to it over time. Now, just because I'm saying all these negative things about this costume doesn't mean that this costume absolutely sucks. Now, the green is very beautiful. Now, this camera doesn't do it justice, but this green looks very, very good. It's actually, from my point of view while I'm recording this video, it's actually a little bit darker than this and is more green than what you're seeing. And this costume is the best feeling costume I've ever had. And the first few times I wore this suit, I never wanted to take it off. And that was despite the fact that it was not as tight on me as I wanted it to be. Now, to give a little taste, or basically have you see what the suit looks like, let's go ahead and put this suit on right now, along with some of my other Green Ranger stuff, minus the shield and armbands. As you can see, I got the costume on right now, and this is how it looked from the front. And this is how it looked from the back. Now, there were a couple of things I forgot to mention before I put on the suit, and that is that when Textiles makes your costume for you, not only do you get the suit, but you also get his belt and the belt buckle that's attached to that belt and the underhood. Now, a couple of videos ago, I said that MeMug713 and that I disagree with him about recommending Textiles for the underhood, and the reason why is because unlike the underhood that I'm wearing right now, his underhood seems to be allergic to your neck because they never want to touch. I've had two different I had gotten two different underhoods from Textiles, and neither one of them touched my neck, with the second one being a little bit closer to the first one, but not really there. So I ended up throwing them both away. For the underhoods, I would recommend the one that I'm currently wearing, which is made by the Pink Ranger, whose link I'm going to put in the description box below. And maybe Halu or Anarchy. I haven't tried either one of theirs yet, but I'm going to have to assume that either one of them will be better than Textiles underhood. Now, concerning the suit, I have to admit, I do look good in the suit, but my main problem is, once again, it's not as tight on me as it should have been, and that's partially my fault because I gave him the wrong weight, and he probably relied on the weight instead of the measurements that I had given him, which would have made the costume a little bit tighter. But even still, even if that wasn't a problem, the other problem is the diamonds look a little bit too small on me, and when I put on the shield, it looks like I'm just wearing a green jumpsuit. Now, admittedly, I do love this color green, and I also love the fact that it's a four-way stretch, and I can do this, and do some squats, and any other stuff with absolutely no problem. But overall, I would have to give this costume a C if I was to give it any other grade. Now, what would be the point of me of wearing this suit without me wearing the helmet? So let's get to wearing the helmet right now. If you want to see my cosplay suit costume, we're wearing a lighter shade of green than this suit, click over there. If you want to see my previous review of the Blue Ranger costume, click over there. And if you want to see the intro video, click right up there.